Monday, here for our card reading. Do you like my friend here? Feels like there's like somebody else in the room with us, right? Redoing our, I think I talked about this last week, but really trying to make my little studio space here, and this is the first purchase I've made so far. So we'll see what keeps coming in. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna pick 2 cards. You're gonna ask yourself a question and decide if you're gonna go with card number 1 or card number 2. Decide that before I actually read the cards, okay? Because then that would be called cheating. Okay, guys. Card number 1. Definitely this one, okay. Oh no, we did this one the other way. Ugh. I'm gonna do a redraw, guys. We just did this one, so no. Just so you know, it was focused attention, which we did recently, and it's just like keeping your eye on the prize. So we'll just leave that as like as a bonus baby, okay? All right. Here we go. Okay. All right. Card number 1 is infinite supply. You are supplied for today and all of your tomorrows. Okay. So this card is just a reminder to keep your eye on the abundance rather than the lack. A lot of times when we're manifesting, we're thinking like, we tend to think about like what we don't want anymore, which is important, of course, in the process to be like, okay, like I learned from this, I don't like this, I don't want this. And while there may be a little bit of that in your life, to make sure that your mind is on what actually is good, what actually does exist, really focusing more on what you're trying to bring in. I feel like this is about visualizing that a little bit more, like really living into that, and really understanding that we live in a world where, I hate to like be cliche, but we like live in a world of abundance. That there's a lot of there's everything out there, like anything we can dream up, like it already exists. Like really remembering, like it was funny. I was thinking about this today. I got in this mood that I was like, I just want to write another book, and I just want to pump it out. I want to write like the sequel to The Final Swipe. But then I like had this moment that I was like, you know what, Nikki, like, because sometimes I forget how many people there are that like could benefit from the book, and I like was starting to realize that like I didn't really squeeze the juice out of that book yet. Like it still needs. There's so many other people that it needs to get to, but my mind kind of narrows in like in smaller amounts of people, and it's really important to remember that like what I can imagine is so small compared to like what the universe really has to offer. So like whatever you're envisioning, kind of really thinking about like how small it may be compared to how much more possibility and how much more possibility, abundance there is available to you. So not keeping your mind like small, like getting worried about like, but how's this gonna happen? Like let's say you're worrying about money. It's like, well, how's it gonna happen? Like where is it gonna come in? And it's like your head is in such a small place that if we can just like widen to the possibilities and open more doors and allow your mind and your soul to really like open up more doors of possibilities and just believe in that, there's so many other ways for the answer to come to you. So whatever it is that you're asking for, there's so many other ways. Like you may be focusing on like 3 doors because you're trying to play God, right? Like how am I going to get to like where I want to get to or whatever. But there's actually like 12 doors. You're just like only thinking about the 3 doors. There's other ways. There's so much ways for this to work. There's so much more out there. And this is just a card of like widening, abundance. Like there's so many more people that need the book. There are so like not staying small in like our narrow way of thinking and living, and really focusing on like, this is such a big world. Like we're like this little thing on this really big world. There's so many ways that this can happen. There's so much out there available to you and all that. So that's what this card is. So it's like, it's really expanding and opening. So that's what this card's about, okay? Cool. Took me a little bit to get it, but I was like, that's where we're going. Okay. Card number 2. Okay. Cool. Blossoming. You are just getting started, so have patience with yourself and the process and do not give up. Oh, that gives me goosebumps. So, not trying to hurry yourself, not trying to be like, this is it. Like, this is a long process, you guys, and wherever you are, like, you're just blooming, you're growing into it. I mean, whatever you've started or wherever you're at, like, you may bloom into this for the rest of your life and being okay with that. So this is really about being patient with yourself, not feeling like, not getting stuck on like where you currently are. Even just taking a quick moment to look back to where you were 2 years ago and see how much growth there was in those 2 years. So like if you don't have the thing that you want right now, knowing that like even though you're planting seeds, that like a year from now things are gonna be so different. 2 years from now things are gonna be so different, that you're growing into it, that you're expanding into it, and to be a little bit. My guides are like, there's a lot of like impatientness and like being hard on yourself about where you're at or where this is going. It's not my guides. It's like I'm like, these are not mine. These are your guys. But like just you like being a little bit kinder to yourself and where you currently are in this place, and letting yourself to bloom and to like also in many ways being hard on yourself is like a distraction from like the work that needs to be done, right? So like if you're blooming, there are things that like you're gonna have to do, and some hard things that you're gonna have to do. And when we spend time like being like, oh, you should be somewhere else, it's actually the thing that delays us from moving forward anyways. So noticing how you're doing that, but also you're doing that as like a stalling tactic from the growth that you're about to take. And perhaps the being hard on ourselves in many ways is because we're afraid at the end of the day of like growing all the way. So really removing that and creating some space so that you can move faster, first of all, and that you can like gracefully grow into it rather than like this harsh energy that is stopping you from blooming. But you are blooming anyways. You're gonna do it anyways, whether you like it or not. It just means like, do you want to do this with more grace and more flow, or do you want to do it with like this like stop and go and this harshness and all that? So really knowing that you're in that place of expanding and blooming, to not be hard on yourself, to not push yourself, but to also know like every day I'm gonna do a little bit here, a little bit there, and I'm not gonna like doubt myself or criticize myself for that process. I'm just gonna move. I'm gonna go. That's what this card's about. All right, guys. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for being here. I'm working on my own deck of dating cards. I'm really excited. So I was like, oh, can't wait to like have that for you and be able to share those with you guys, and because I definitely need new cards. So thanks for being here. Let me know if that resonates. Let me know who's the one who's being hard on themselves, because I heard that so strongly. So let me know how things are going, and thanks for watching.